Well, the clouds definitely have parted and the day ended up with some sunshine for many of us. Morning commuters, though, woke up to some wet roads. Will we see more rain on Election Day? Storm Team 36's John James tells us what the answer is. John?
Unfortunately, it's a safe bet you will, similar to what we saw this morning. Downpours possible on your Tuesday morning. It turned into a nice afternoon after the heavy rains this morning. Our live 3D Viper right now, pretty quiet right here, but as we head on out to the west, you can see what's going on out there. Yeah, heavy rain, thunderstorms. As we take a closer look, the thunderstorms moving out of Arkansas into the mid-Mississippi River Valley. Those are going to continue to move on to the east. So we're quiet this evening, but yeah, the umbrella may be a handy friend on Election Day. As far as temperatures go, very warm. Normal high 61. Look at our weather bug network right now. Mid and upper 70s. Rainfall amounts very impressive, as much as 3/4 of an inch up in Frankfort. And here's what you can expect. The clouds continue to stream in over the evening hours. We'll go from mainly clear to mostly cloudy. Temperatures very mild. We've got a cool down in your forecast. Look at that coming up in just a couple minutes. Megan, back to you.
All right, John, thank you. Well, on the eve of Election Day, a former state senator has been convicted in eastern Kentucky of a vote fraud. John Doug Hayes was found guilty of submitting false campaign finance reports in connection with the 2002 race for Pike County District Judge. A federal jury deliberated for more than 27 hours over 4 days before returning the verdict this afternoon. Sentencing is scheduled for March 14th.
A suspect accused of sexually assaulting a 19-year-old woman in Lexington, then later burning his clothes in a holding cell, answers to charges today. Keenan Springer appeared in the Fayette County courtroom by way of video arraignment. A judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Springer faces 9 charges, including rape, kidnapping, burglary, and arson. Well, Friday's attack is making headlines on the UK campus, as you might imagine. That is where many students also learned about the case for the first time. Action News 36's Michelle Roush is live with more on how the school and its students are reacting.
This is today's edition of the Kentucky Colonel. Friday's attack is front page news and the cause for concern.
Find out what plea Keenan Rashad Springer entered at his arraignment at 1 p.m. today.
Darius Shafaa is a journalism major at UK and writes for the Kentucky Colonel. He covers crime issues that hit close to home.
When a person like this gets abducted from their own home, what other place do we consider as safe? So certainly people should worry, and I think this should be just one more reminder that the world we live in is a very nasty place at times.
It's nasty news, so alarming that some students admit there is something to be said about that old saying, ignorance is bliss.
If I didn't know about it, then I would just be completely fine, you know? I mean, I could just walk around acting like there's no one even out there. But whenever I hear about it, then it kind of puts that little doubt in my mind, you know, that fear that somebody's out there and that something could happen to me.
But keeping students informed carries a lot of weight in the Colonel office.
If it's between scaring a few people or getting people informed so they can take the proper precautions, then, you know, I side with getting people informed.
Well, I think it's good that we're informed, but I think, I'm obviously scared when I see stuff like that.
The Kentucky Colonel reporters keep regular tabs on all the reports that come into the local police, campus police office, as well as Lexington Police, since they do patrol the borders here. And you can count on seeing more of that right here in the Kentucky Colonel, because they believe everyone here has a right to know what is going on the campus. Reporting tonight from the UK campus, Michelle Roush, Action News 36.
Certainly understand why the students would want to know. All right, Michelle, thank you. Well, a new self-defense class, by the way, just for women, is going to begin at the University of Kentucky in just 2 weeks.